The emergency signal tore through the dark of space, like a desperate cry for salvation. Commander Vel pressed his four-fingered hand against the cracked console of his flagship, watching the crimson warning lights flood the bridge in a relentless pulse. The pride of the Altarian Republic, and arguably the Galactic Defense Coalition's mightiest warship, was dying. With it, so too dimmed the last hope of salvation against the unstoppable terror sweeping across the stars. "Commander," reported Lieutenant Nix, his blue-scaled face sunken with fatigue. "We've lost contact with the defense fleet at Keth Prime." Vel's large, dark eyes closed for a fraction of a second, and when they opened, they carried the weight of a species clinging to survival. 3 core worlds had already fallen. Entire civilizations consumed by an enemy no one had expected, the Hive. A swarm of insectoid monstrosities from the galactic rim, moving like a living plague, multiplying faster than any military could counter. "How many ships do we have left?" Vel's voice was raw. 17 functional vessels across all coalition fleets, Commander," came the reply. "The Zerapim lost everything at Centro 7. The Voron Defense Force pulled back after losing 80% of their fleet. From 4,000 ships to 17. The Coalition had faced wars before, but nothing like this. Every weapon they possessed failed against the Hive's bioadaptive armor. Energy weapons would work for minutes, then the Hive evolved to resist them." Vel turned to the tactical display, where red markers spread like rot through the map of Coalition space. The Hive moved in perfect, synchronized unity, each bioship and drone as if driven by a single mind. No single ship was individually powerful. It was the endless, relentless numbers. "Sir," the comms officer called out. "Incoming transmission from Admiral Rex." The display shimmered to reveal Admiral Rex, the usually proud leader of the Culturan forces. His crystalline skin had dulled to a sickly pallor, and his telepathic crown barely flickered. "Vel," Rex began without preamble, "we need to evacuate Keth Prime. The Hive's landed ground forces. Our weapons can't break their armor at close range. The civilians? Ours may be less. The defense grid's down. Ground forces are falling back to the capital, but they can't hold." Vel's crew worked in grim silence, battered and exhausted. They knew the truth, even if neither commander dared speak it. No reinforcements were coming. "I'll broadcast an emergency beacon," Vel said quietly. "Maybe someone will hear us." Rex's image gave a bleak nod before vanishing. "Priority distress signal," Vel ordered. "Every coalition frequency. Tell them we need immediate military support at Keth Prime. Tell them," he hesitated, "tell them this is our last stand." The message burst outward into the void, passing fallen worlds, desperate outposts, and indifferent stars, until it reached a cargo vessel near the outer rim. Captain Torres was in the belly of his aging ship, the Star Runner, scanning cargo manifests when Engineer Bob's voice came over the intercom. "Captain, you need to hear this." Moments later, Torres stood on the bridge of his weathered ship, watching the desperate message. Hive forces were overwhelming the Coalition, and the entire galaxy's most advanced weaponry had failed. "Sir, what do we do?" asked his navigator, Lisa. Torres had spent years in Earth's Merchant Marine and Terran Navy. Civilian ships weren't built for wars, but he knew one thing. People were dying. "Bob, boost the transmitter. Give me Earth command." After rerouting non-essential power, Bob managed it. The reply from Earth Command came swiftly. "This is General Adams. We have the Coalition's distress signal. Hold channel silence while we assess." Minutes later, Adams was back. "Captain, transmit this to Coalition Command. Earth is dispatching the 3rd Terran Marine Battalion and 7th Fleet. Estimated arrival, 72 hours. Tell them to hold." A surge of hope filled Torres. He relayed the message. Somewhere in the dark, alien commanders would soon learn what Earth was truly capable of. On Keth Prime's orbiting station, Admiral Rex watched as unfamiliar ship signatures appeared on sensors. Primitive, angular designs of metal and ceramic, crude compared to the organic designs of Coalition warships. They identify as the Terran 7th Fleet, reported the comms officer. The humans. Rex recalled them vaguely. A recent Coalition member, considered primitive, put them through. A human officer appeared on screen, face hardened by scars. This is Colonel Davis, Terran Marine Corps. Where do you need us? Rex explained the situation. 50,000 Hive drones, bioships in orbit, and weapons that adapted against energy attacks. Davis remained calm. Understood. We begin landing operations immediately. Rex tried to warn them, but Davis's eyes flickered with something ancient, something predatory. My Marines are ready for combat. Hours later, Rex watched kinetic projectiles rain down on Hive positions. No energy weapons, simple, high-velocity metal slugs. Crude, reckless, devastating. Human transports, ugly metal boxes with chemical thrusters, landed in the capital's ruins. Hive drones attacked in swarms, and the humans charged. Rex saw it all via drone feed. Hive drones 8 feet tall, armored against plasma, cut down by kinetic rounds. Humans fought like predators, splitting into hunting groups without verbal command, using flanking maneuvers, absorbing injuries that would kill other species. One soldier took a fatal-looking blow, glanced at his bleeding chest, and shot his attacker dead. Commander Vel, Rex murmured. What are these humans? I don't know, Admiral, Vel replied, awe in his voice. But they're winning. In the makeshift command center, Dr. Kane arrived with human medics. Your soldiers, Rex began. They survive wounds, diseases, toxins. Has anyone told you what kind of world Earth is? Kane asked, activating a hologram. It's a death world, Class 12 by galactic standards. The planet itself tries to kill everything on it. Images of Earth's harsh environments, predatory beasts, venomous insects, and deadly weather cycles filled the room. We evolved in constant hostility, Kane explained. We hunt prey until it collapses, swim in crushing oceans, survive blizzards, and for fun, we climb mountains and jump out of aircraft. Private Johnson, exposed to Hive biotoxins earlier, sat up on a stretcher. Doc, can I get back to my squad? Coalition medics had declared him dead. Kane smiled. Human immune systems are warfare laboratories. When asked why the humans hadn't explained this before joining, Kane looked genuinely confused. We did. It was in our application. Within 12 hours, the humans pushed across 3 continents. Their casualties were less than 5%. Then came the final operation. The humans boarded the Hive's Queen bioship. Toxic atmosphere, lethal temperatures, irrelevant. They trained for worse. Led by Lieutenant Maya, the human team charged through organic corridors, fighting off psychic assaults. When the Hive Queen attacked their minds, Maya pushed back with sheer will. Humans had evolved to handle life or death stress. Their brains didn't shatter under pressure. They focused. Nuclear charges were planted. The team fought off swarms. At extraction, they detonated the devices. A new star blossomed above Keth Prime. Hive coordination collapsed. Drones fell lifeless. Coalition forces, now emboldened, reclaimed their world. 3 days later, Admiral Rex reviewed casualty reports. Coalition forces, 60% losses. Humans, 5%. Davis approached. We'll mop up the rest, he offered, casually proposing to take out 7 remaining Hive bioships. Perhaps we should wait for reinforcements, Rex suggested. Davis grinned. We fought worse. In 20 minutes, the humans annihilated the enemy. Soon after, Director Walsh of Earth's Diplomatic Corps contacted Rex. Admiral, Earth proposes joint training programs. In exchange, access to star charts and weapon technology. When asked why, she answered, We've identified other Deathworld species. We intend to bring them into the Coalition. 17 confirmed. 12 more possible. Rex realized the future of galactic politics had changed forever. At last, he asked Davis, When you received our distress signal, Did you know what you were facing? Davis replied, "We knew people were dying. The rest were just details." And so the age of the Deathworlders began.